The two pieces of glass, when they're sandwiched together, have a unit around it that's called a spacer. We utilize a super spacer system. It's actually a foam space age polymer that gets utilized for the spacing system. With this glass of ice water here that I have, oftentimes when I'm showing folks in the home how this works, is I take the other spacers that are available on the market, which is typically either an aluminum piece or a stainless steel piece. If we time-lapse the photography and move forward when you're actually pulling out each of these materials, if you were to physically touch either the aluminum or the stainless steel, you'll see that they have conducted a tremendous amount of the cold energy from the cup into the spacer system, whereas the foam spacer is still relatively the same temperature that it went into the cup of ice water at. What this does is it doesn't allow for the transference of hot or cold into the window. So the super spacer system is a lot more appealing for a homeowner because of the conductivity not being allowed into the home. On top of that, if I were to actually leave all of these pieces into the water for, say, several months' time, what you'll see is that over time you can get rusting or corroding to aluminum pieces versus the foam spacer, again, is not going to wear out over time. Also, foam is a natural sound deadener as opposed to metal. If you've ever been in an older home, a friend or family member's house perhaps, you oftentimes see where if it's a heavily trafficked area or possibly near a train route, how the windows will rattle. Oftentimes you hear that window rattle because the glass is vibrating against the metal spacer. The ability of the foam spacer is that you won't hear the window rattle, so it's actually a much better sound deadening feature on a window as well, so you won't have to hear the outside traffic. You won't hear trains rumbling by quite as often with the super spacer. Last but not least, the super spacer is impervious to condensation because of its nature versus metal, which is a natural material that would allow for condensation to occur. So you'll see condensation happening a lot less frequently on the Heritage window because of this foam spacer.